It's the Redskins going up against the Saints.
Thank you very much, Larry. As usual, the streets of the nearby French Quarter are alive as we are in downtown New Orleans at the Mercedes-Benz Superdome. Ahead, we'll decide the second entrant to next week's NFC title game as we've got a great one in store between the Washington Redskins and the New Orleans Saints. Who will punch the fourth and final ticket to the conference championship round? We'll know soon enough as we are underway here on a January afternoon. The first carry now, this is Alvin Kamara. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
That goes down as a loss against his rushing stats. But really, should he have to absorb that one? He had no chance on that play before they overwhelmed him.
Pretty much on top of him before he could take his first step. In motion left goes a tight end. On second down, Kamara trying to run inside, but nothing there. Maybe a gain of a yard that time, but yeah, from the spot, actually no gain. So third and long. 3 and out, a real danger here on their opening drive as they come up on a 3rd and 12. Off the play fake, Jensen. And the Redskins do get to him. He goes down for a sack. Preston Smith in there to drop him for a 4-yard loss, and it'll be 4th down. Here's Thomas Morstead on now to punt it away on 4th down. He gets this away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds. Room here to run. Weaving through traffic, and now he's free. Touchdown, Washington. A great effort there. 69 yards. And the Redskins have taken a first-quarter lead. First-quarter touchdown run. Remember, this coming on the heels of his NFC Offensive Player of the Week performance that was so great last week.
Did you feel the rumble all the way up here?
The big bodies up front.
Big bodies moving people, and him, of course, charging through those great holes that were created.
So off to a great start here. Maybe looking for award number 2, adding to the award that he won last week in the NFC. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Back out onto the field now comes the New Orleans offense. And on the first drive, 3 and out. I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for. for.
All that cute stuff, that ain't working. That cute stuff ain't working. Not today, better.
5 yards left for the offense. It's second down. Again, it's Kamara. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down. And the offense moving in the wrong direction here now as they face a 2nd and 12. So the D-line's going to spread out. Looking to throw on second down. Jensen. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. 15 yards through the air and a first down. Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter.
All right, here we go.
Now a handoff. Here's Kamara. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down. It will.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive, they went 3 and out.
Here we go now. Green, 39. Green.
Staying on the ground on first with Kamara. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. Call that a loss of 5 yards on the play. And it'll be a 2nd and long.
All right, here we go. Green, Philly. Here we go.
Operating from the gun. Jensen. He can't avoid the pressure. Redskins get there. Corey Lemonnier able to collapse the pocket and drop him for a loss of 3. First and second down were a disaster. Both went backwards. Now it's 3rd and 18. They need something big.
All right, here we go.
On the counter, here's Kamara. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave them with a 4th down.
One of the things I love about this game is there's a match of wits throughout the game. Who's going to get the advantage? Who's going to catch someone off guard? I feel like the offense thought they might catch the defense off balance with that play call, but unfortunately, that didn't work for them.
He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback. The Redskins offense now, they get set to take over here. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in because they weren't ready to go on the last one. Give all the credit to the offensive guys for getting it done, but to allow a run of that length, that's just not being prepared. So now, are they determined? Are they ready to read their keys and make the proper plays?
And we'll see how determined they are. Off the play fake, Winston. And the pressure gets there, and Winston goes down. Cameron Jordan able to swamp him from that defensive tackle spot for a loss of 5. And the offense now will try to regroup after the sack on second down. On third down, Winston. And that is incomplete. So possession one ended in 6. Possession 2 likely going to end in a punt.
Yeah, that's okay. They just got to get back to what they worked on in the opening drive and continue to make a few adjustments along the way. It won't be exact because the defense will make a few adjustments themselves. Just get back to your game plan.
Returning, it's Benjamin. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And the Saints will take over with a first down and 10. Back out onto the field now comes the New Orleans offense.
And this is their third drive. Maybe the focus right now not so much on points, but getting their first down.
And when you start off a game, you don't even think that's an issue, do you? But you go a drive, a second drive, no first down, that becomes an issue. Now you got to think about, okay, what type of play calling do I have to do to get us in a spot to pick that first one up?
Finding some room at midfield. And he'll cut it to the right sideline. Touchdown, New Orleans. A great play there. 62 yards. And the Saints are within an extra point of tying this thing up. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. Out comes the Redskin offense now as they get set to begin another possession.
This is their third drive. Right now, maybe not about points, just about getting something. They haven't gotten a first down yet in this game.
It's a mental barrier you don't think about until you go a couple of drives without getting a first down. Then all of a sudden it looms big. It gets harder and harder to actually attain that first down.
Back live, Charles Davis to my right. I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's Redskin football to begin quarter number 2. They've got a second down at 5 here to start things out. From the gun, Winston. Flushed out right. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up third down.
Third down here for the offense after the incomplete pass.
Working out of the gun, Winston. And Graham's got it, complete. So he fought off the tackle, and that effort gives him the first before he's brought down. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains.
Like so many tight ends nowadays, they have no problem at all putting him in the slot and letting him go to work, and that's a nice pitch and catch right there for a first down.
First down, Winston. And he will find his man on the end route, complete. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks. They run the counter now on first down. And he'll be taken down right around the 41-yard line. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
Playing against a 3-4 front is really challenging for offensive linemen because they can do so many different things. But when you're running the football, if you can handle the nose tackle up front, and then maybe a guard can slide up to the second level and block a linebacker, that's when you have success running the football.
A gain of 4 that time as the drive continues.
They were not fooling around at all, were they? 2nd and short, and they brought out the heavy package. Almost felt like the super heavy package against that defense, didn't it?
Yeah, I don't think they expected that much beef up front, and it turned into an easy first down conversion.
And he is out of bounds, but not before taking this inside the 10 to the 7. Give him 30 yards there.
And that was a heck of a shot right there by Jameis Winston. Boy, he has a superior right arm, doesn't he? You saw him play baseball.
Yeah, he's actually a switch hitter in baseball. Outfielder and, of course, a very hard-throwing pitcher. That's translated well in the National Football League.
That it has. When he has to make that throw on a line, he's got plenty of arm to do it.
Give him 3 on the gain there. 2nd and goal.
And a nice job defensively to keep him out of the end zone. He was trying to get his 2nd touchdown already in the first half.
They had that one earlier. It was bidding for a 2nd. And this time the yards won't come so easy as they'll, in fact, tackle him behind the line. So he loses 3 yards there. Now 3rd down. Under 4 to play now. Clock running. 3rd down. Winston to throw it this time. And he is caught at the 7-yard line. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. A great job to hold him to just a yard there. Now it's 4th and goal. Dustin Hopkins now for the Redskins field goal. From the left hash, a chip shot here. And Hopkins' kick is good. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. And that field goal caps an 11-play drive.
That's a lot of offense to run to only get 3 points, but they'll take them. Anytime you can put anything on the board, you run to your sideline somewhat happy.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And they hit the home run last drive. 1 play on the ground all the way to the house. Now the defense, maybe they're expecting a run here.
Partner, I love your description because when we talk about hitting the home run, we're usually thinking about a passing play, aren't we? Something in the air, deep ball. But how about them just taking it big-time jaunt? Now if you're coming back out, now they've established this run game, the play-action pass could very well be open.
And he'll find some space up to about the 25. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
I know the toss play begins with the guy taking the snap and turning around and tossing it to the runner. But where the real intrigue is, can they seal the edge? Whether it's an offensive tackle or a tight end in the direction they want to run the football. If they do that, that's the result that you get, that type of a gain. If they don't, oftentimes it's not a very successful play.
No gain on the play, and now they're faced with a 3rd and 1. They'll look to throw for it on 3rd and 1. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he's able to pick up the first before he's taken down at the 27. Just a gain of a couple, but good enough to keep the drive rolling.
Here we go. 3-19. 3-19. Back 99 Philly. Here we go. Back 99 Philly. Here we go. Check safety.
And now we won't see a play on 1st down. We're going to get a timeout instead. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime.
Let's go. 3-19. 3-19.
Here's Kamara out of the pistol. And he's got some space here. Breaks the tackle, narrow alley. And they do finally get him, but he makes it all the way to the 6. A big-time play there for New Orleans. 67 yards. On 1st and goal. And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
All right, here we go. Green, 39.
A give to Kamara running right. Showed some tough running, but they'll drop him at the 5-yard line. And now we're going to get a timeout called by the Redskin defense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. The offense on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and goal. They'll try to run it in. It's Kamara. And he is in for the score. Touchdown, New Orleans. A great effort there with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Saints have taken the lead. And that makes it 14-10. Morstead, the punter, out to kick it off. That'll be taken in the end zone. And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34. Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. That one goes for 24 yards.
I know we just saw a nice throwing catch, but how about the big guys up front buying that time? Yeah, that's exactly what they did. They created time and allowed the space to happen, and it turned into a really nice play.
Play fake. Winston. Eluding the pressure right. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. A wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now 2nd down.
The one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown them a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after them. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. Jameis to throw it. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And dropped at the 35, but able to display some strength on the run. Now Washington going to use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts, as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1. The Redskins on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3. Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? Yeah, he got a little aggressive too early.
And he did, wanting that quick takeoff as the ball was snapped, but I think sometimes those big guys on offense, they're pretty cagey too, right? They make those little sudden moves or those little subtle moves that get you to jump.
Winston now to throw on 1st down. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense, as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. So the offense now dealing with a 2nd and 7. Shift together here from the D-line. They'll send a receiver in motion to the right. To the air again with Winston. Flush to his right. That is caught inside the 5. And they do get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. That one goes for 24 yards. So we've come upon halftime here in this NFC divisional round matchup, as we send you on over to Orlando, where we'll check in with Larry Ridley. He's got our EA Sports halftime report. Larry? So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. Now the Redskins offense, they get set to go back to work here. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there, just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. And now here's a carry heading left. And they're able to get this one across the 35. They give them 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs.
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
A first down throw for Winston. And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack. Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
And when no one's faked out, what's the end result? Quarterback gets hit.
They go play action. Winston escaping the pressure right. On the run, he'll let this go deeper. That's caught inside the 20. Touchdown, Washington. A big play there. 71 yards. And the Redskins are able to strike for 6.
As a fan, is there anything prettier than a well-executed post route?
No, it's a thing of beauty, especially when it's done like that for a touchdown.
The throw, the catch, and how about the run after to get it to the end zone?
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. They run it again with Kamara. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he's taken down, but not before getting this across midfield and just shy of the 40. 31 yards there and a first down.
That outside handoff to the left, that play has to warm the heart of an offensive line coach, because they controlled the left side where they were supposed to. They didn't allow anything to leak from the backside on the right side of the offensive line either. Well played.
Yeah, and it created a big run. He'll air it out deep for Thomas. And it drops down incomplete. Thought he might have had it. Instead, second down. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary, it really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense. Great communication, doesn't matter whether it's man or zone. And especially against deep balls, as we saw there, they're not giving up anything to them.
They'll fight forward for a couple down inside the 40. Pretty good little two-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on third down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
Off-play action. Jensen. Flushed out right. And this is caught by Watkins. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 15, just shy of the 10. A very solid gain of 27. And now inside the red zone, the offense will operate.
Here we go. 3-19.
A man who's been busy this afternoon. It's Kamara again. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
Oftentimes when a guy has a game like this, He's going to take his offensive line out to dinner afterwards. But after a play like that, he may tell them, instead of getting the steaks, guys, we might have to go for the hot dogs.
To throw on second down, Jensen. Just keeping the play alive. That's caught. It's Thomas. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. It's a gain of 13 for number 13, and it gives him a first down.
On any given pass play, you never know exactly where your exit points are going to be. On this play, he was flushed to his left, still on the run, able to accurately throw the football for a nice first down.
Back in that Philly. Here we go. All right, here we go. 3, 19.
They'll run it with Kamara, and he takes it across and into the end zone. Touchdown, Saints. A great play there, saving his best for the playoffs with his 3rd touchdown of the game. And the Saints are able to cash in for 6. Now Franks for the extra point. It's up and good to make it 21-17. Morstead, the punter, out to kick it off. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. And here come the Redskins now. They had seized the lead there for a little bit with a starting drive in the 3rd quarter, but a moment ago, the touchdown that puts them back behind.
So their defense is under siege a little bit right now because they have not able to solve their opponents. So they've got to keep hammering away on offense and try and win this one in what appears to be a shootout.
A handoff as they run the counter play. And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run. And an alley to run. And they do finally get him, but he takes it to the 25. A huge play there for Washington. 43 yards on the ground. So after that big gain, let's see what else the offense has up its sleeve. Now a handoff as they run left side. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. They'll try to throw now. Winston eluding the pressure right. And this is what here? Incomplete, they say. It looked like it was intercepted, but he apparently did not get the 2 feet down in bounds. The Redskins on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. From the shotgun, it's Winston. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
So a good snap, good hold, and that one's right down the middle.
Never in doubt. Just the way you used to hit them, Brandon.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Now the Saints offense, they get ready to go back to work here. And that last drive was very, very balanced, pretty methodical. You think they go that route again?
I'm always of the school that until they stop me from doing something, I'm going to continue. And I think that that's exactly what they'll look to do. But the beauty is the balance that they've created sets up opportunities for big plays. Looks like a run, turn it into a play action, and throw one deep.
Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
An opportunity to get a drive started here at the end of the third quarter. What you're trying to do is break the game down a little bit. Don't let your guys see too deep into the game, into the future, and say, oh, we got to get here. No, right here, right in front of them, melt the clock down, get to the fourth quarter, try and keep going.
And try to keep that lead.
Exactly.
It's a gain of 6, moves them to a manageable 3rd and 2 situation.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
The Saints on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2. Looking to throw. Jensen. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up 4th.
Perhaps they overthought this one a little bit. They've been running it real well on this drive, and it was 3rd and short, okay? They decided to throw the football incomplete. Yeah, they might have thought just a little bit too hard about that play selection.
Here's Thomas Morstead now as he's on to punt for New Orleans. They'll need to get the play off quickly. This is away and a very good kick angled for the sidelines. And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds. Back now here live in New Orleans. This one's still anybody's ball game. It's a 1-point difference here as we begin the fourth quarter of play. They run the counter now on 1st down. He finds an opening past the 40. That good for 22 and a 1st down.
I know that play went to the left side, and that's what it was designed to do, an outside handoff there. But how about the whole offensive line being involved? Seal the left side where the play was going, what they call play side. But how about on the back side? Just taking care of business to make sure no one can get there and disrupt it.
Is the biggest key the left tackle?
Without a doubt. Control that edge. Get out there. You want that left tackle. If you bring your tight end over there, either way, control the edge of the line of scrimmage. You got a chance to rumble.
A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains. On 1st and 10, Winston. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
To throw, Winston. Looking left side, he's got it. Complete. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
Partner, they weren't quite in the red zone, but things are starting to get condensed on the field. Throwing the corner route there, really nice play because it gives them a little bit of room to complete it.
From the red zone now, Winston. Flush to his right. And this one complete to Hankerson. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. The Redskins on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5. Winston. Escaping the pressure right. Oh, he can't hang on to it. Almost intercepted. They would have loved the first pick of the game there, but at least it does get them to 4th down. I guess they're in a situation now, 4th quarter, where they're forced to take some chances, but I don't know that that was the type of a chance you want to take.
And that one could very easily have been intercepted. And if it does get picked off, that could possibly seal this one.
So the drive here ends with a field goal, and that does give them the lead, but this one is still a long ways from over.
And you love to be able to look up at the scoreboard and see that you're out in front. But then you take one look across the field and see that offense is raring to come back out, and you think, I don't know that field goals are going to be enough to get us home.
The Saints offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves them with a 2nd and 3. A give. This is Kamara. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down.
Here we go now.
Back to throw. Jensen. And incomplete here on 3rd down.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, help force the incompletion.
Yeah, but had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete. One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down.
Now let's go. Green, 39.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off at the 47.
Man, we see a lot of quarterbacks try and do this. They get out of the pocket, they get in trouble, and they try and force the ball into their star receiver to make a play, sometimes whether he's open or not. And I think this time is definitely an or not.
And he'll fight his way forward to about the 48-yard line. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
Now Jameis on 2nd down. Over the middle, it's complete. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains. This is something you got to be wary of defensively. I mean, just because they're in the mode of trying to burn some clock doesn't mean they won't pass it, and they got good yardage out of that one.
Yeah, and really, when you're looking at it, now they've got a fresh set of downs. Look for 2nd down. If they want to take another shot and try and loosen things up, that'd be the time to do it.
Time for a break. We'll come back for the electrifying conclusion after this. So the offense has it 1st and 10. Possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together. And on the ground they go with the running back. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining. Winston here to throw. Flushed out right. Now he's going to let it go deep right sideline. So the long attempt falls innocently to the ground, and it brings up 3rd. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
Wide open receiver complete. And he's able to pick up the first down here before he goes down at the 26. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains. Down to a knee here. The defense still with a couple of timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them.